Reinforcements.
Probably not gonna... Oh, I was on the right one here. A little bit odd to make a mission with that many ships in.
Of course, sir. On my way. Of course, sir. Indeed. Of course, sir.
I really hate these missions when you cannot build a base.
Of course, sir. A good plan.
Because I always manage to lose my units. Oh, that's what I was talking about there.
Price. Cheers. On my way. On my way.
Okay, watch out for those security towers. Snipers are stationed inside.
Indeed.
Yeah, I learned that one the hard way.
A good plan. Indeed.
Let's move around here and see what we can find.
Indeed. Indeed.
Indeed, indeed.
A good plan. Cheers. I'll see what I can do.
Hey,
I'll see what
shoot him.
A good plan. Indeed. On my way.
Okay, I couldn't go there. Okay, but I could go here.
A good plan.
I cannot go past the tower.
On my way. Of course, sir. Of course, sir. Every man a good plan.
I mean, the nostalgic feeling about this game is just on top, to be honest. I really love everything about this game.
On my way.
Like the sounds, the music,
Indeed.
the pew pew. Like,
Indeed.
everything about it is just
Of course, sir.
very, very good game. It kind of makes sense if I should go up here, right?
Of course, sir. Of course, sir. On my way. Of course, sir. On my way. A good plan. Indeed. Mission, sir. Plan. Of course,
See what we find here.
sir. Of course, sir. Every man. Of course, sir. A good plan. Indeed.
Water, cannot move there.
On my way. Of course, sir.
Walls.
Indeed.
I could probably break in here somehow.
Indeed. On my way. A good plan.
Let's see if I can just walk instead.
On my way. On my way.
Should be an opening here somewhere. Herregud, eller? Die.
Indeed. Indeed. A good plan. On my way. Indeed. On my way. A good plan. Indeed. I'll see what I can do. I'll see what I can do.
Cannot break in here though. Maybe I can.
Every
Nope.
man has his price.
Okay, so we probably need to break in here somewhere.
Of course.
Let me show why I'm attacking this one.
A good plan. On my way. A good plan.
It almost feels like I should break in here somewhere, but I cannot go here for some reason. Oh,
Of course, sir. On my way. Indeed, a good plan. Every man has his price. Cheers. Every man has his price.
it feels logic to do it like this.
On my way. Of course, sir. Cheers. I'll see what I can do. On my way.
Okay, I'm not gonna waste time on that one.
My way.
Okay, so we are in now.
Cheers. Of course, sir.
So now we just...
Indeed.
What was I supposed to do?
On my way. Of course, sir.
Probably supposed to go up here, right?
On my way.
Ooh! Taking so much damage for nothing.
Indeed. A good plan. A good plan. A good plan. A good plan. Indeed. 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 A good plan.
How do I get across here
On
though?
my way. On my way. A good plan. Indeed.
Oh, okay, maybe I need to kill this one.
Cheers.
So he loses the power, right?
Of course.
Ooh, where are you going?
Plan. Of course.
My
sir.
god.
I'll see what I can do.
It's the only way I can go. I can only go this way. Oh my god. There we go. That took forever.
Of course, sir.
I'm never gonna save because I'm probably gonna die to the tower anyways.
Indeed. A good plan. Of course, sir.
I could actually also kill this one and just walked in straight away.
On my way.
Mission failed.
Fair enough. So, what do I do then? What do I do then? Oh, am I supposed to shoot the barrels, maybe? He one-shot killed me, so... Oh my god. I'm such a genius, man. I'm just way too smart for this game.
On my way. A good plan.
Way too smart.
Indeed. Indeed. A good plan. A good plan. Of course, sir. Of course, sir. A good plan. See what I can do. On my way.
Oh my god, I'm losing so much health.
On my way. Indeed. A good plan. A good plan. Indeed. On my way. Cheers. Indeed.
That boy was innocent, right?
Of course, sir. Every man has his price. Of course, sir. On my way. A good plan. Indeed.
Yeah.
Plan. A good plan.
Here's a silo. There must be a self-destruct trigger here somewhere.
Cheers. Every man has his price. Of course, sir. A good plan.
Okay, so I can kill it. That one has power. I cannot go that way.
Of course, sir.
Kind of feels like I should walk here and this one is gonna explode or something.
Of course, sir.
Something silly like that.
A good plan.
That animation was pretty cool, to be honest.
Of course, sir. A good plan. A good plan. Of course.
Oh my god.
A good plan.
It's a good thing I regenerate though.
A good plan. On my way. Of course, sir. Of course, sir. Indeed. Indeed. Cheers.
Also, I'm not sure, Stefan, if you like old games, because I do play a lot of Age of Empires 2 on a pretty high competitive level.
A good plan. Of course, sir.
So if that is something you enjoy, that is my go-to game. Ah, the second silo. Now to find the self-destruct bottom. Should be here somewhere.
Indeed.
That is just a tip for you if you like old games.
Mission failed.
Åh, gud! Du skojar med mig. Oh my god. Okay. Well, you cannot walk into the fire. Learn that the hard way.
Every man has his price. A good plan. On my way.
Well, at least I know what I'm supposed to do now.
On my way. Indeed. On my way. Indeed. Of course, sir. On my way. On my way. Indeed. A good plan. Of course, sir. I'll see what I can do. Indeed. Of course, sir. On my way. Of course, sir.
You actually take damage walking in the fire.
A good plan.
That's a cool little detail.
I'll see what I can do. Cheers. Cheers. Of course, sir. On my way. Of course, sir.
Okay, so let's see.
On my way. Every man has his price. On my way. Indeed. Of course, sir. On my way. On my way. Indeed. On my way. On my way. Indeed. A good plan. Indeed. Indeed.
Run, you fool!
Of course, sir. Indeed. 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 On my way. On my way. Of course, sir. Indeed.
Okay, so this time we not go back too fast.
On my way.
Go.
Indeed. On my way. Indeed. A good plan.
So now I think we go here, right?
Of course, sir. Every man has his price. On my way. Indeed. On my way. Of course, sir. A good plan. On my way. 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 Of course, sir. Cheers.
There we go.
Indeed. Of course, sir.
This allows myself silo if only I could get this destruct trigger without something.
I'll see what I can do. Of course, sir. Indeed. Of course, sir. Cheers. Cheers. Every man. Cheers. Indeed. I'll see what I can do.
It's gotta be that I need to kill these guys, right?
Every man has his. I'll see what I can do. Of course, sir.
Just gonna save.
Indeed. A good plan. Of course, sir. Cheers. Cheers.
Ooh, that dealt a lot of damage.
Of course, sir. On my way. On my way. On my way. Indeed. Commander, a good plan. Of course, sir. Of course, sir. A good plan. Indeed. Indeed.
Okay. Am I supposed to kill this guy?
Of course, sir. I'll see what I can do. Of course, sir. Indeed. I'll see what I can do. Indeed. A good plan. I'll see what I can do. Plan. Of course, sir. On my way. Cheers. Indeed. A good plan.
Ooh.
Indeed. Has its price.
Okay, he dealt a lot of damage.
A good plan. Every man has his good plan. Every man of course, sir. Price. Indeed. Cheers. A good plan. Of course, sir. Cheers. A good plan. I'll see
No.
what I can do. A good plan. I'll see
Let's
what I
die.
can do. A good plan. Of course, sir. A good plan.
Mission failed.
What the fuck am I doing? What? Why was there like one of those over there? Oh, crazy man.
Indeed. On my way. I'll see what I can do. A good plan. Indeed. Of course, sir. Of course, sir. On my way. On my way. On my way. Indeed.
Okay, let's kill that boop boop thing over here first. Should just run down here.
Indeed.
Gotta wait for regeneration here. Beep boop boop. System online. One more and we go.
On my way. A good plan. On my way. A good plan. Indeed. A good plan. On my way. Indeed. Of course, sir.
There we go.
Of course, sir.
Could have shoot in the barrels here maybe. Also I am free rank now, so I should do more
On my
damage.
way. Of course, sir. Indeed. On my
See,
way.
beep boop.
I'll see what I can do. A good plan. Cheers. Cheers. I'll see what I can do. I'll see what I can do. Indeed. Cheers. On my way. I'll see what I can do. On my way. Every man has his price. I'll see what I can do. A good plan.
Reinforcements have
Indeed.
arrived.
Oh my god. How do I get out of here?
Indeed. Indeed.
How do I get out of here?
On my way.
Please,
On my way.
let me out.
On my way.
What the?
One
Indeed.
minute remaining.
Of course, sir. Of course, sir.
Okay,
Good plan.
panic mode is activated. Ooh, okay, sure, fair enough.
Good plan. Of course, sir. Indeed. Indeed.
Probably gonna need to save after I killed Cyborg here.
Of course, sir.
So I do believe I need to kill these ones. Because the toxic kind of killed me there.
On my way. A good plan. I'll see what I can do. A good plan. On my way. On my way. Of course, sir. Of course, sir. On my way. I'll see what I can do. Indeed. Every man has his price. On my way. Of course, sir. Of course, sir. On my way. A good plan.
Okay, there we go.
Indeed.
Now we save this one.
Of course, sir. Indeed. Of course, sir. Of course, sir. A good plan. Indeed. Cheers. I'll see what I can do. Indeed.
They do a lot of damage. It would be nice if I could kill Cyborg and somehow get here somewhere.
A good plan. Cheers. Cheers. On my way. Cheers. I'll see what I can do. Cheers. Of course, sir. Indeed. Cheers. On my way. Of course, sir. Every man has his price. Of course, sir. I'll see what I can do. Of course, sir. A good plan. Cheers. A good plan. Cheers. I'll see what I can do. I'll see what I can do. Cheers. A good plan. Every man has his price. Every man has his price. Cheers. A good plan. A good plan. On my way.
2 minutes
Of course, sir.
remaining.
I'm not even sure where I am supposed to go. There? Okay. That might be a little bit too hard for me.
Indeed.
Can I fool this guy somehow?
1 minute remaining.
On my way.
Oh, I was supposed to go in there before the timer went out. Or what am I supposed to do?
On my. Every man.
Can I even kill these ones?
On my way.
I don't think so, right? Maybe I can.
A good plan. Of course. Chair. On my way. I'll see what I can do. On my way. Every man. Of course.
They are quite hard to kill though.
Indeed. On my way. On my way. On my way. On my way. Of course, a good plan. Of course.
Mission failed.
Did I forget to save after the cyborg, by the way? Fuck.
A good plan. I'll see. Of course, sir. I'll... Commander. Of course, sir. A good plan.
Let's see, we're gonna kill this one,
Price.
this one, and that one.
Of course, sir. Every man has a price. A good plan. On my way. I'll see what I can do. Cheers. A good. Every man has his cheers. I'll see what I can do. Plan. I'll see what I can do. Way. Every man has his price. On my way. On my way.
Did he just regen right there?
Cheers. I'll see what I can do. I'll see what I can do. Cheers.
Ooh, okay. He's dead now. That is one less problem.
Indeed.
Now we just need to run like a fucking maniac.
Of course, sir.
Oh, I could run that way.
2 minutes remaining.
Indeed.
Run! Oh yeah, my bad. These ones are not even up. Well, that makes sense. And I can just run here.
Indeed.
1 minute
A
remaining.
good plan. Of course, sir. On my way.
I mean, the flame tanks,
On my way.
for some reason, just stopped there.
A good plan. On my way. Cheers. I'll see what I can do. On my
Run! Oop. Bye-bye!
Mission accomplished.